All right, I like to wait a few minutes before I go on camera. Not go on camera, but before I start talking, because sometimes uh, the audio won't play. So I'm here with Joe. Joe didn't want to go on camera today because
I'm wearing a T-shirt and I haven't shaved in a few days, but
yeah,
that's okay. Maybe I think we may get to a book idea here, and I wanted to just flip through it. It's a book I found here at Mr. Midnight Movies home, and I just wanted to briefly go through that. So maybe at that we'll get on camera for
we
a
might
minute.
get on camera for that. I might be.
Yeah. Otherwise, I'm just not ready for you, internet.
There we go. So I wanted to go now at Loudoun County. Uh, there was a
Where's that?
that's in Virginia. There was a thing on there on critical race theory, and people came to say, their displeasure of it, and they cut the meeting short, and then they declared it an unlawful assembly, and they then went up, and I think they arrested one of the people there because they were still there, and they arrested one of the participants. So, oops.
And does this have any play in reality? Is this another fake story that is for some reason making its internet debut? What's the point here? What is this?
Well, my point here is the way in which they argue, and I guess I wanted to, because someone went here, this guy called Black Daytona, and well, first it's Todd Mast.
It's Blackie Daytona.
Black. Okay, so it is Todd Starnes.
Todd Starnes said, "God bless the parents of Loudoun County, Virginia. They're standing up to the sex and gender revolutionaries and rooting out this evil propaganda that has infested our taxpayer-funded classrooms."
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what that's about. What were they talking about there? Is there some kind of legislation that was?
Well, I guess the stuff that they're teaching.
So they're introducing,
and then Black Daytona.
So they're doing LGBTQ in class.
Not black. Well, and also they're teaching from the understanding they're teaching critical race theory.
Oh, okay.
So here is Black Daytona, right here.
Blackie Daytona said, "Fond memories," right, Todd? And what is that? The civil rights era kind of.
It's 1957. This is it's a picture of Little Rock, Arkansas, and this is the black girl that went to integrate it, and these are all the people behind her arguing. And then I wrote,
"Go ahead." Right.
I guess we can create new memories, right? And then Black Daytona.
Well, you also used the image with your comment.
And I used an image of South Africa with a fist, and it's a red thing, so it's kind of Marxist. Honeymoon is over for white people in South Africa. And then...
Yeah, of course, first thing I think of is, I'm looking for the sickle. Anyways, Blackie says, "LOL, do you really want to use white South Africans as your historically oppressed people of choice?"
And then I asked him a question. South Africa is a racial vendetta nation, is it not? Is murder of white farmers a good thing? The leftist establishment actively and aggressively supports suppression of open dialogue about today's South Africa.
Leftism.
Okay.
Wait, what happened to the right?
Well, the right...
I don't see that. Okay.
On this issue, the right caves into the left.
Blackie Daytona says vendetta. Wait, are you saying that the white South Africans are worried that someone would want revenge against them? Whatever for? Yeah, what are people after here?
All right.
Milk?
And then
what are they fighting the farmers for? It's a good question.
Well,
What is the boogeyman here?
Well, they're saying that it's ill-begotten gain.
I like Blackie's comment there. What did you say to him?
Okay, many have objectified whites as a...
You sound like you went into textbook mode after he asked you that question. All right, go ahead.
Right.
Wow.
I said, many have objectified whites as a source of evil. You seem like a person who supports the murder.
Because he asked a question?
Hold on, you seem like a person who supports the murder of white farmers and the families. I guess it's karmic justice, right? And then he responds.
So Blackie says it's just weird to me that it's happening for absolutely no reason. I'm still kind of curious here. Why are they after the farmers, the people who bring them food?
Well, they think they can do it better. The thing is, they think that
you can't think of any reason why there might be antipathy for the majority population, non-land owning black people towards minority population of land owning white people. None at all. And it's a good question, because if they may own the land because of who knows what, generational whatever lineage, or they bought it, who knows, who knows. But what is worth killing a farmer for? Is it a political stand?
Is
it a symbolic stand?
Can I say that Black Daytona is not answering, like, why are they? He's not saying that the killing is wrong. He's not even saying that. Do you see?
He's seeing what I see. He's saying that how does any of this even make sense? And I don't know what he truly thinks at the end of it. I say it's all a bunch of media nonsense. I don't know any of these farmers personally. I've never met somebody who knows one of these farmers that's been brutally murdered. But not to say it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's a strange thing to go and kill a farmer because of you don't kill a farmer and take over ownership or possession of anything they own. You don't send messages to the masses that you're doing God's work. What are you doing here? What are they accomplishing, and how is that real? So that's all I'm curious about.
Okay, so we read. Did we read? Okay, and I said,
you got to go back, I think, a page to get to it. Oh no, there it is. All right. Vendetta, and then you said many have objectified, and I said it's just weird. And now you have the response.
Should people of European descent living in South Africa be given refugee status? What is the difference between South Africa and Zimbabwe? Do you think envy and lust are good things?
I don't know how those things have any place in my reality, but
go ahead.
Maybe they should simply not hold on to their ill-begotten gains. Maybe they should not simply hold on to their ill-begotten gains. Okay, you should be talking as if white people woke up to find themselves teleported to South African farmland. How did they get the land? How much did they pay for it? What gives them the right to keep it in perpetuity? These are great questions about res and ownership. And if you don't have a background in those ideas and you want to question this guy's sanity, you better be ready, because he's rolling. All right, what's next?
Well, in your opinion, he is. No, and I just think...
And in the KKK's opinion, you are.
Very well. Okay, I sent this guy a video, by the way. What did colonialism do for Africa? So let me play the video, and then we can go to his response.
Yeah, let's see. Nice mustache.
Hello again. The condemnation of British colonialism continues apace, with statues, paintings, houses, street names all becoming unacceptable due to their association with colonialism. It seems today that colonialism is regarded by all progressive people in the West as an unmitigated evil.
Do you think all colonialism in the West is
Don't ask me. Go ask this Blackie Daytona guy.
We'll
And
get his
yet,
response.
when we look at Africa as it is now and observe such things as the vastly increased lifespan of those living there, brought about by modern medicine, along with the buildings, roads, cars, aeroplanes, electricity, computers, and mobile telephones, and all the rest of it, we cannot help but wonder what things would be like had Africa been left to its own devices and there had been no importation of European technology or culture.
I see some of our
Leaving
comments
aside Egypt, which
in the
is
chat
more
room here.
properly considered
Can
as
you
part
pause
of the
this for a
First
second
World
here? I know what this guy is saying is so vitally important to you. Jesus Christ. Oh. Scott said,
Well, we have Mandy as well.
yeah, I think, okay, Scott says, yay, more CRT talk. All right? I know. I want to fucking stab myself in the eyeballs when I hear this stuff. Okay, go.
Let's continue. All right, so we're continuing, and then we're going to get the response. Here we go.
Okay.
That part of the Middle East in
Listen
which
up,
much
people.
of
This
our
part's really important.
civilization has its roots. What did Africa create before the arrival of white Europeans in the 15th and 16th centuries? What were living conditions like there? What prospects were there for the future of the continent? Looking at questions of this kind might tell us whether or not colonialism was a blessing or a curse for the average African. Taking these questions in turn, let us begin by asking what was created or invented in Africa before the 16th century, when the Renaissance was flowering in Europe. Just to remind ourselves of the world outside Africa, there were clocks, watches, magnetic compasses, ocean-going ships, writing, printing presses, algebra, gunpowder, stone buildings, cranes, pulleys, spinning wheels, ceramics, thermometers, concrete combination locks, spectacles, and 1,000 other things. Looking through some of my books on the subject of inventions.
Yeah, we understand commerce, okay? We get that.
So I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but basically what the guy is saying is that Europe was a developed nation, far more developed than any parts of sub-Saharan Africa. And so, I might leave a link. I might redo a thing and leave a link to this below. But okay,
I'll leave a link to this something called hisstory.com. HIS, his story. Okay. And it may not be your story, but it's his story.
I want to mention that I strive for stoicism. Joey, not so much.
I'm a spaz.
He's a spaz. But now we'll read what Black Daytona said of.
At least I'm not a germ freak like that one dude. All right.
Yeah, we'll say what Black Daytona said. You want to read what he's said?
LOL, my guy. I say this with my entire chest. Fuck you. Brilliant. I like Blackie.
Yeah, well, whatever. I don't like him, but
Brian, what did you say to him?
I said, they say ego is man's most powerful narcotic. If that is the case, you seem like you are overdue for an overdose. And a picture of a name tag that says, hello, my name is Narcissist. And
this is such an abomination of mythology. Why would don't say that?
What?
Narcissist is a word that should be wiped from the internet. Stop using it. You don't even know the story of Narcissi.
He looked himself in the mirror. He looked at his reflection, and he fell in love. Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Okay. Debbie's,
way I see it, a lot of people can benefit from that.
Debbie was right about you all along. Okay. I said, I wonder if you have a romantic notion of history before European settlers arrived. Let's say they give up the land. Would you be in favor of giving these white refugees status. I mean, refugee status in the Western world. Let me see if I got more replies on my thing. I think just people liking my stuff. So yeah.
I'm getting a lot of likes.
And this person asked me, how honest
is your discussion using blanket statement? That's a good question. There are a lot of blanket statements there.
What blanket statement here? What blanket statement did I use?
I think all.
And this guy's Ricardo Montalban. Let me look at this. What is he doing to that dog? Oh.
Ricardo Montalban.
Fantasy Island.
The plane.
No, I'm gonna go into my profiles and just see where exactly Ricardo Montalban. And I wonder if that's that sounds like Scotty, Armenian Scott. That has
Scott's got better things to do with his time, I hope.
No, he doesn't. Are they still making comments here?
I don't know. Nobody's saying anything.
Well, I guess they got bored. Who cares? Oh, let's see. Does this person make a comment? Here we go. Show replies. How honest is your discussion using a blanket statement?
So what did you say? You said go up. Leftism promotes lack of shame, and without shame, you have no honor. Well, you could have even just started with, we strive to act in honor all the time. I mean, I don't know. That's what I do. You want to be able to act in honor. That's why a lot of, some landmark lawsuits, which I believe most of the time are fiction anyways, but if you look back on some of the oldest, most important lawsuits on record, like Hanslem and Lockwood, which is a lawsuit that stemmed over horse manure, a pile of horse manure. And so one man was walking his horse. His horse left a giant pile, probably like what you do. And left it there out in the street. And another farmer came along and raked up the horse manure into a pile with the intention to come back the next day or whenever he could to collect it all. He claimed it. This second farmer claimed that pile of poop that was on the street in front of this farm. So this second farmer comes back to collect the poop, but the original owner of the horse came out to the street again and said, wow, who swept all that poop up into a pile? Whatever. And he took it into his farm. So the second farmer comes back to the site and says, oh, my poop is gone. Where did my poop go? He found out who the owner of the farm was right there, and turned out to be the farmer. And they had this discussion about the poop. He said, give me my poop. And he said, no, it's my poop. And this was a landmark lawsuit that affects every man and woman in America. You don't know this, okay? But this.
Can we do a movie of this?
But this case is so vital to understanding what happens to remains that are left at the table and who is the true owner. The court sided with the farmer, the original farmer, with the owner of the horse, because he had he owned the horse pooped, that was his poop. And so the guy Lockwood who sued to get that poop lost, and he took that went to the Supreme Court, if you can believe it.
That would be a good,
Yes, we should make a story of this.
Or scat, a story in law. That is my poop.
That is my poop.
I think, you know what, and I think you should direct it, and me and Kings should be the actors in it.
That'd be Handsome and Lockwood.
Yeah.
And then maybe we could have like Mandy or Scott as the judge.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. So I twist on that. things. All right.
But do we want to go into the space thing, or do we want to do that later?
Oh, you gotta see this. You gotta see this. So we're gonna go on camera here for a second.
Hold
here.
on, let me go.
Came over to Brian's house today, and I found a book of his lying on the table. I should claim it and make him sue me to get it back, but I'm not gonna do that. So yeah, go ahead and start that. So here's the book.
Put it right in the. You want to just put
Whatever. Yeah, space, Earth and space. It's a standard kind of textbook that you'd find maybe in any kind of elementary school, or obviously one of those books to indoctrinate the young. And if you see here, there's some notes in it. There's some notes. All right. And that was from me. So we'll just open up here. Sorry, I'm not on. And the first section I put a note in was where they talk about the solar system. The solar system, here's my note, 100% misdescribed. And of course, I'm not going to get into any of these ideas now because, and I just kind of went through, here's the Hubble, and I just pure BS. See, with a note there, see Werner von Braun's tombstone. If you ever want to see something interesting, check that out. Of course, we get to the prehistoric story of dinosaurs. 100% lies. Anyways, and it goes on. It's full of notes, and I think this book should be accepted into maybe the Library of Congress with the notes, or maybe even your local library, and so children can stop being programmed into believing these ideas without having the critical thought to be able to question it. What say you?
So far I believe the book, but here's the point of transparency and merit. We are opinionated people. The internet used to be filled with people with opinions and stuff, and then and social media used to be filled with people with differing opinions.
All these stories about weather and tornadoes, and yet they never teach the obvious, that weather is manipulated. Maybe some of this stuff shouldn't go on YouTube. I don't know.
We'll go further into that, but the thing of it is, Joe and I kind of started this thing because social media used to be a place where ideas could run all over the place, and basically you decide what has merit. I mean, without transparency, you don't have merit. It's very hard to get merit without transparency, and that's not what we have anymore. We have a lot of gaslighting. We have a lot of basically people don't debate anymore. They mainly censor, and particularly the left. Now the right also has been accused of censoring. And any time people censor, they say it is for the good of the people. And I think that's the exact opposite. People should be able to hear things that are unpleasant. And I don't know what Joe's going back to off camera, but one of the main things that we're trying to do with this website is just have a place where people can give their opinions and have open and honest debate. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Joe, do you have anything to add before I end this puppy?
No, I think we did our 25 minutes of babbling.
Yeah, that's all about we did. Well, I want to end on this about South Africa, and I've said this before. The left actively suppresses open debate on that. Do you think that's right? I wonder if people will give me a yes or no on that. I mean, shouldn't we have an open and honest debate on that? Just a thought. Anyway, this has been Brian and Joe with Transparency and Merit. Like, subscribe, visit our website, leave a comment down below as well. Thank you.